Hey everybody, my name is Sondra and I have been a Goals Bootcamper for 3 years now. I'm really happy to be here and to share with you guys some of my experiences of being in boot camp. I'm really excited for Goals Bootcamp 2023 and I hope that you're going to be in the group with me. I just wanted to share like what I have gotten out of boot camp and why I signed up and just kind of my story of being in boot camp. So I got into boot camp 3 years ago because I had about a year before that quit my job and was trying to work from home and trying to start my own business, and it's a lot. It was a really big challenge. And for me, the big struggle I was really having is I was kind of surrounded by a lot of naysayers. I was surrounded by people who couldn't really see or hold my vision for the goals that I had, small, big, and all the in between. And I really was searching for a place of support and accountability. Um, people who would have my back in even when I didn't. And I 100% found that in Goals Bootcamp, and that's why I continue to sign up and participate every single year. The things that I have gotten so far out of boot camp are life-changing and massive. Learning the steps of goal setting and really narrowing down and getting really nitty-gritty in the details of the goal and super specific around what I want it to look like, what the next step is, what that step should accomplish, has been massively beneficial. That is a process that I'm able to apply to all realms of my life, all goals, all types of goals. That system and setup of breaking down into the details and into the baby steps has gotten me way further, and it actually helps reduce a lot of the overwhelm. And for me, when I just can see what's the next step, that has been like a life-changing skill to have in for me in all aspects of my life. Another important learning or tool that I've gotten out of Goals Bootcamp is mindset adjustments around what's possible and how to go about these big kind of audacious goals that other people can look at and like wonder like, what the heck are you doing? Why are you even like, you're crazy for doing that? And with the support of the group and with the support of the coaching, I have been able to stand for myself a whole lot more in those moments where negative thoughts come up, negative feedback comes up, and it's really a mindset shift. It's a perspective shift of how I'm standing with these goals, how I'm holding these goals as important and valid for myself. And so when someone does come along and like poo-poo on something they don't understand, I have gained the ability to go, okay, you don't get it yet. You don't understand it. And that doesn't mean that I should stop doing what I'm doing. That's really helped me stay on track and understand that like maybe they just don't see it yet, and that's okay. Doesn't mean I have to give up. And I think the overall thing that is really one of the most important things that you get out of Goals Bootcamp is the support. There's not a lot of places in the world where people are willing to hold and see your vision and willing to support you authentically and not judge what you're trying to do. And Goals Bootcamp is one of those spaces where you are safe to dream, you are safe to push the limits, you are safe to say crazy off the wall ideas, like I want to have a 6-figure business and I want to make that business by helping people decorate and reorganize. Who says that? Me. Who gets the support in that? Me. Where do they get that support from? Goals Bootcamp. And they get that from the coach and the people who show up in boot camp. It's really an amazing group of people. And like I haven't really found anywhere quite like it. It's a really special place. And that support looks like being seen for who you are. It looks like the opportunity to reflect, to hear other people's stories, and to be able to see them back, and the honor of that kind of relation, right? Of them feeling seen, but you being the one to see them, and vice versa. The other, another really cool aspect of the group, or something that I've just kind of witnessed that's really special to me, is the relation of all of our processes. Everybody who's in the group, and the way that we're able to relate to each other, but also like overall the way the group relates, and how us all being there and putting the work in and having the intention to move forward in our life, to create a better life, to create ease, abundance, whatever our personal goals are. It's really fun to see how we all kind of align in our process. We might be at different points and at different phases in the process, but when we come together and we share, it's like we can see that we're all moving forward. We're all working the path forward. And it creates this dynamic of being able to really relate with each other and understand where each person is in their process, and be able to like hold the torch forward. Like, you are going to get through this. I see where you are in this phase, and I'm on the other side, and I'm holding the torch here as a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you are going to get through this, I promise. And last but not least, I thought it would be pretty important to share some of my accomplishments with you, so you understand that this is not all just chasing clouds and rainbows and fairy farts. Setting your goals and having the support system and being able to like follow through, have the accountability to follow through, has led to massive results in my life, massive accomplishments. So what are the results of like actually being in boot camp? Okay, so we have a support system, we have dreams, we have goals. What actually happens? What's the real life outcome of being in boot camp? Well, accomplishments that I've achieved have been pretty, from the big ones to the small ones, have been life-changing accomplishments. One of my major, most special and hardest accomplishments was getting our oldest daughter safe. She had experienced some really not great circumstances, and through this 3 years, I had the support of the group and the coach, and we ended up being able to get our daughter safe and winning our custody battle, and being able to, to create the safety and the safe place that we really wanted for her and for our family. And that has led to so much more stability and healing within our family and our daughter. Another major one is we bought a house, and the circumstances were insane. During COVID, things went really crazy. We ended up with an eviction letter on our door, which was super confusing. So we had 2 months basically until our lease ended to buy a house. And we actually ended up buying a house within 3 months. So we were able to extend and do 1 more month at our rental property. But we live in Colorado, and in a market that's super saturated and really heavily competitive, and the pricing is through the roof. It seemed like a super unrealistic goal, and there was a lot of panic behind needing this goal to be accomplished. And the group and the skills that I learned brought me back to, what are the steps? What are the steps of planning a goal? How could we get there? What are the details we need to get clear on? And it really helped, being able to use these tools really helped us get into action. And instead of sitting there and panicking for 2 months and then not having a solution by the 3rd month, we had house hunted. We had put in 2 offers. We were actually put in 3 offers. Our 3rd offer worked. We closed on the house within 3 months. We were out of this really awful situation with not so great landlords trying to evict us for, whatever, crazy reasons, into being homeowners, where we never had to risk that again, where we never had to deal with weirdness like that again, and having the carpet pulled out from under us. And again, we were able to create a more stable life out of what looked like a moment of pure chaos and panic, and achieve, which is kind of like a major life goal for me and my husband, which is buying a house. It's one of the biggest purchases that you can make in your lifetime. And it felt, especially in the state that we are in, it felt pretty impossible. And then with that, the eviction scenario being presented, it felt even more impossible. And in this impossible situation, in 3 months, we had a solution and we were homeowners. And it was all because of the skills that I learned in boot camp, and all because of the support that I got from the group throughout the process of showing up. It's major things, like from buying my dream car to buying a house to, keeping our daughter safe and finalizing the custody battle, and to little things like being able to build a fire pit in my backyard, which was kind of always a dream for me, to have my own fire pit in my backyard, like a big one, not like a little guy, a big fun bonfire pit, to being able to figure out how to get a new fence put in because our fence was falling apart on our new house, to seeding the yard, which may not seem like that big of a deal, but it was overwhelming. Our yard's pretty big. I knew I was gonna have to do it all by hand, turn over all the dirt. It was a lot of work, but that it's really the ability to play on the larger levels and the regular kind of life levels. Like, to some people, like seeding the yard might not be that big of a deal. For me, it was really overwhelming. I knew it was going to be a lot of work that I had to do by myself. And with the support of the group and, having the skills of how to accomplish a goal and how to set a goal, I was able to chunk it down into smaller bits, and it became something that actually ended up being fun. And I was really proud of myself by the time that it was all finished. So it's the skills and the learning and the support are massive in every aspect of my life, and being able to work small goals and build up the evidence that I could accomplish them, and build the self-confidence to be able to really sit in the uncomfortableness of going after my really big goals, like starting a business. I can say after 3 years of all the turmoil and the back and forth of sorting through business ideas and failing and trying again and failing and trying again, I have finally reached clarity, and I've reached a massive changing point in my life where I am putting my big girl panties on and really gearing up this business, and I've gotten clear, and it's, but I definitely could not have gotten to this point of being ready if it hadn't been for the tools that I've learned through the process of boot camp, the support that I've gotten, the feedback that I've gotten, the perspective adjustments that have been offered by the coaches, or the coach and the group. It's a really life-changing experience to be in Goals Bootcamp, and trying to lose the emotional a little bit. You can cut this out. And I really hope for you and your sake that you believe you're worth it, and that you will come join us in boot camp and make your dreams happen this year. So if you have some wild dreams, if you have some naysayers in your life, if you need a little support and cheerleading, come join us in Goals Bootcamp 2023. I really look forward to you being there, and I can't wait to learn and hear what your awesome dreams are and to accomplish all this awesomeness together. See you in Goals Bootcamp in January.